Welcome back. I'm Andrea Mitchell with Chris Jansing here as we continue our live coverage of what is going on inside that courtroom. Joining us now, Barbara McQuade, former U.S. attorney and an MSNBC legal analyst. Barbara, what we're hearing now is testimony, or what we're reading is testimony. The prosecutor, Rebecca Mangold, asking Rebecca Manocchio, both women named Rebecca. She was an assistant bookkeeper, a rather junior position, and she was in charge, as she is testifying, of FedExing checks once Donald Trump became President Trump, and she was FedExing checks from New York to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. And she's being asked by Mangold, the prosecutor, the checks that you sent down to Washington, D.C., were they signed or unsigned? They were unsigned. What, if anything, did you receive back from D.C.? They were signed. Did you always check to see if the checks were signed when you got them back? Yes. Whose signature was on the checks? Mr. Trump. When you got the return envelope, do you recall if backup was attached when checks came back? It was. What would you do if there was something missing? Manocchio, I would reach out to Madeleine Westerhout. She would look for it. She would just look for it and see if she had it. Why would she call? Either it got lost or he had questions about it and he had to speak to someone. So Westerhout is in the White House, Barbara, and this is the chain of custody establishing that she would be the person to make sure that he had signed those checks. And this is putting him on the checks that, of course, were paid to Michael Cohen. What's the significance?
Yes, this is some of the most important part of the trial. You know, I think the part that people find the most interesting, of course, is when someone like Stormy Daniels is on the stand. And I think her testimony was very important because it showed Donald Trump's motive in trying to keep all of these sordid details out of the public domain. But this is really the crux of the case because it's about the documents themselves that were falsified and Donald Trump's knowledge about what the real payments were for. And so, you know, sometimes this part of a case can be a little bit tedious, but you can tell from the excitement in my voice that I think this is the most important part of the case. I remember once taking my father-in-law to watch my husband trying a case that I thought was incredibly interesting and exciting. And afterwards he said, oh, it was so tedious watching that. Tell me about the document. And then was it signed? And then did you do this? And then did you do that? You know, he sort of wanted it to be like the cop shows on TV where everything gets tied up in great courtroom drama. But in fact, this is the part, the nuts and bolts, the chain of custody, showing that the document went from one place to Donald Trump, that it was signed and that it was returned. And they're really important parts to establishing the story here.
Of course, the question is, are the jurors more like your father-in-law or more like you, and lawyers who want the jurors to really be watching this important part? Let's bring in Andrew Weissmann, NYU law professor, former FBI general counsel, former top prosecutor in the Robert Mueller investigation. And Andrew has spent the morning in the overflow room. So that is, of course, the extra room set up for reporters, lawyers like Andrew, who are contributors with us, as to what's happening. Andrew, we are fascinated here, Chris and I. We're reading it. But what is the affect? Tell us what you think about the cross-examination of Stormy Daniels. How was she? It reads as though she was very aggressive in defending herself. Did Nicholas go too far with her? And what about the redirect? Were they wise to even bother with a redirect? Chuck Rosenberg has raised the issue of, you know, just let it go and say no further questions, Your Honor. What do you think?
So first, let me start with, as always, Barb McQuade has it absolutely right, which is the boring witness is really the key to the case. And so what's going on right now is, frankly, more important than Stormy Daniels' testimony, although it was riveting in the courtroom. But remember, the jury doesn't actually even need to believe her story. They just need to know it is the story that Donald Trump, they could find, wanted to suppress before the October, then November election, that was the critical period where he did not want exactly what the jury just heard to come out before the election.